You could come and stand with me in that Mumbai, feel, 9,000 people send you laughter. See what that does to your body. It is better than anything. If you're standing on stage, what you're seeing the audience go is this. Just, and they're looking around like that. That's the truth. That's why people watch stand-up. It's not the comedian. I wasn't shut up on some film set in some vanity van. I got to feel, experience, eat, meet 33 countries last year. We're global. The line before that is very important. They can't see you, but they can hear you.
Yeah.
The people above you who ignore you and the people below you who you ignore.
Yeah.
They can hear you. So make the noise you want to be remembered for. We are very deliberately cut to darkness, right? And then it comes to me and there's just a single light on my face and I say, make the noise you want to be remembered for. I was confused and the audience was confused and there is there's 1-2 seconds of silence and then suddenly the stadium starts to shake, and started to shake, and I didn't expect that. Then they'll write you a message or meet you after the show and say, I have not been in a room full of this many Indians and I work in Deloitte and I work very, very hard and I miss home every single day. And for about 1 hour today, you took me back home. And that's worth it. If you cast an actor as a hero and he was supposed to be shirtless on a horse and he was drinking the night before, and he doesn't look good, that's unprofessional behavior. To me, dwelling on the hate or reading too many comments or doom scrolling is the equivalent of being that level of unprofessional. Anybody should be allowed to say anything about any actor, any actress, their physical appearance, but there should be a software where your photo comes alongside their photo. That's it.
Does Vilas dream of being shirtless on a horse?
I'd love to be shirtless on a horse.
Yeah?
Like Ishan Khattar, just in Royals, show up, but then I'd make it funny.
Juicy, spark the happiness, quench your thirst naturally.
Attica, India's #1 trusted gold buyers. We release pledged gold instant cash payment.
Is every comedian a little bit sad and angry all the time?
Yeah, for sure.
I've met a lot of stand-up comics, and these two emotions seem to be predominantly in them a lot of the time.
Why would you do this profession if you were not sad and angry? What I tell other people is, I'm like, if there's anything else you can do and be happy, please go do that. Don't do this shit.
But the reason I ask is, it seems contradictory to me that you're sad, you're trying to make people laugh, and that your anger is coming out as a joke. There's something, I don't understand that psychology, That's like
I think
I'm sad, but instead of going and sitting in a corner and crying or talking to my friends or talking to my therapist, I'm
telling strangers. But perhaps it is, the audience does way more for me than I do for the audience. Like, I wish you could come and stand with me in that Mumbai, feel, 9,000 people send you laughter. See what that does to your body. It is better than anything. It's better than 5 years of therapy. It's better than drugs. It's better than anything, right? But it is a barter at some level between you and me. So for you to give me, perhaps watching me process something horrible allows me to process it, receive joy from you, and allows you to find a new mental joint towards your something horrible. So that the next time you think of yours, it's slightly funnier to you. Perhaps that's the, But if the alternative is what? You go up and watch a comedian talk about how great his life is and how awesome everything is, that doesn't feel like a very good show to me. The equation is, you're happy, I'm afraid. That's why this works.
right.
If I'm ever happy and you're afraid, we're screwed. It's a terrible show. You have the power.
You're afraid, actually afraid.
I'm afraid. It's a battle between you and me, and I'm afraid.
So the mask, there's a mask.
So, yeah, sure. Stand-up is in the telling of it. There are certain comedians who, Jesselnik, deadpan, right? He's not that guy in real life. I've met Jesselnik. We perform all the time together. He's a very sweet, very nice guy.
That's an act.
Of course it's an act. He's not a...
He's not a baby killer.
Not at all. He's a very nice guy. There are certain comedians who are very kind of wise, drink in hand, who the hell are you? And then I like to think of myself as 190%. Throw it all out there, trying too hard, in fact, sometimes. It's in the telling of it. But that's not the guy. It's never the guy.
A comedian craves laughs.
Yeah,
Are you needy in real life as well?
for sure. For sure. All of us.
Okay.
We are failed rock stars.
Why do you say that? I don't know, it made me laugh, but
we wanted the but we just don't have that talent. You know what I mean? So we decided to shit on other people to get the same.
But you have an international Emmy. The people across the world,
Sure.
not just white Americans, but people across all populations and all that voted for you.
But that has nothing to do with how. If I put that, if you came to if we went to what is it, Sri Muthusubha Hall in Chennai, and you and I walked on stage together, and I put the Emmy on stage, they would boo.
Why?
Because they were like, who the hell are you? We have power in this situation. Make fun of yourself, talk about what an idiot you are, and send me home flying on a cloud. That's your job.
Somebody I was talking to the other day, a filmmaker, told me, we were talking about why there is so much anger online these days, or hate online these days, or the willingness to, or rather the people just want to diss everything all the time. It's like they don't want to give anything a chance. Or there's a separate genre of comedy in terms of memes and stuff like that, where I may like or respect something. It may be a piece of art or music or book or whatever it is, but I'm also going to make fun of it. That's become a separate thing. And and his logic was, it's because these people don't create. It's because they have less than in life than the people they're making fun of. So this gives them the power that, listen, I may not be as rich as you, I may not be as handsome as you, I may not be, have, a 21-year-old by my side or whatever it is that rocks your boat, but this is one thing I can do. I can fuck you over. And over my Twitter, I can do this, I can do that. Do you subscribe to that?
Well, I don't know who the filmmaker is, and with all due respect to them, I would say it's a little bit of a cop-out.
Okay.
To say you shit on me because you don't create. I think, by the way, the internet is more creative than all of us.
And I think a lot of these memes and trolls are hilarious. It's like, and sometimes I feel guilty because I like I like the thing that they're making fun of, and yet I'm laughing at the joke. So it's like, it seems
there are memes and random videos from people you've never met that are funnier than the funniest films you've ever watched.
Yeah.
Let's be clear, the internet is very creative.
Very creative.
Right?
Yeah. And one of the things that the internet has done is to show you how much creativity is out there and how much less we've been settling for in our own entertainment media.
I think to me, that's it. Is COVID especially laid bare inauthenticity. COVID was the great equalizer in a certain sense in which we were all locked up, right? Now, in that time, normal human beings really started to get very creative, and they put themselves out there. There were husbands and wives ballroom dancing. And the common sort of arch emotion was, we're all fucked. Arey lag gayi. So now comedy is already there.
Yeah.
Right? But in that time, you suddenly saw every movie star that was so shielded and so protected and so postured and so this thing, you saw them laid bare. Because they still tried to connect with the audience, and they couldn't do it. Because they're not used to being themselves. They don't know how to be themselves.
This whole identity versus personality.
Identity versus personality, but also, sir, can you not, so I won't call you sir, but can you not tell when you're interviewing a person who sounds like they're doing an interview?
Yeah.
You can tell, no? So can the audience. So can the comment section. So the comment section is now no longer going, I don't want to watch a film star behave like a film star on some interview. Who the fuck are you really? Because I'm on Instagram and I've gone through years of seeing who the fuck people really are. So who are you at home? You don't have to be a film star to get 9 million views on a reel anymore. This thing. By the way, all of your fancy lighting and your fancy song and your fancy this, I can do on Instagram reels for myself. I'm the main character now as the audience. You better have something else to impress me, and that's authenticity. So I think what gets trolled is anything inauthentic gets trolled. Now, is there that being parked aside? Yeah, are there masculinity issues? And are there, is it easy to attack female actresses? All of that stuff still exists, And I think that has to do with anonymity more than anything else. It's just...
Is it people lashing out?
I think it's people being able to not face consequences.
That's it.
Hide your face. You know, like I openly say, I think anybody should be allowed to say anything about any actor, any actress, their physical appearance. But there should be a software where your photo comes alongside their photo. That's it. Don't say anything. It's just put your photo next to it, put your real name and your real photograph, and then say what the hell you like and own what comes after.
Yeah.
If you hate, please hate. Own your hatred with your own name.
Don't
That's all.
hide.
Don't hide it.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But again, it's easy to say that coming from where I come from.
As in?
A heterosexual male from a middle class family that sent me to a good school and had a good income. So it's not everybody can openly state an opinion with that level of privilege.
Okay, okay.
You know, some people don't have the income level. You know, some people, can be targeted a lot easier than somebody like me can.
Okay, okay. And even if you are targeted, you kind of brush it off?
No, I don't brush it off.
Do you dwell on it?
I do. I wrote a show about it. It won an Emmy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, so I definitely do dwell on
An
it.
international Emmy.
And international Emmy. There you go. But I'm the little bit of logic that I've found with it, and I try and tell it to younger comics as well, is if you paid to see me ever and you showed up and I was 10% lesser because I had read too many comments that day or I dwelled too much on hate that day, I'm unprofessional. I didn't give you 100%. So if you cast an actor as a hero and he was supposed to be shirtless on a horse and he was drinking the night before and he doesn't look good, that's unprofessional behavior. To me, dwelling on the hate or reading too many comments or doom scrolling is the equivalent of being that level of unprofessional.
Right. I like how your mind went to, does Vilas dream of being shirtless on a horse?
I'd love to be shirtless on a horse.
Yeah?
Like Ishan Khattar, just in
Yes.
Royals, show up, but then I'd make
Yeah.
it funny. You know,
Yeah, with the biceps and... like,
You know,
with the-
I,
with the abs, sorry, like... yeah.
the film I made, I have one song left that I still have to shoot. So abhi 2-3 mahina hai.
Oh, you have to do...
I have to do. I mean, it's a comedy, right? But it's my favorite tone of comedy, which is when nobody knows they're in a comedy.
Okay.
So you play it very straight. It's played very straight the entire this thing. So there are songs in the movie, and we commit.
You commit.
You know, we do a song.
Right. What is your take on wokeness?
Everybody's forgotten what it started as, which was, you know, it was part of black history in America. And now it's become sort of a pejorative that I don't know what it is in that sense. Sometimes I feel like it's a word used to explain away anything we don't want to talk about. We don't, that wokeness, dead. Wokeness. So I don't quite know what it is anymore. I do know that at some level it was being used as a grift in comedy. The wokes are trying to take me down. The wokes are trying to this thing, etc., etc. Man, you know, Anthony Jeselnik has a great reel where he says comedy is getting away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Say what you say, but the audience will also say things.
Yeah, and that goes back to what you just said, because the comedian's face is right there.
Yeah.
He's owning, or he or she is owning what they're saying.
Yeah.
So like what you said, as long as you are putting yourself out there, own it.
Yeah.
Right?
Look, I've been cancelled by both sides at different times in life, but then you can come back and make both sides laugh. You just have to be genuine about the experience that you're having. But to be like woke is you just being like, I've not learnt anything from this experience. And for you to overly be like, I'm woke and your shit is again the same side of the different side of the same coin, I think.
There's one bit that you do in full volume. You talk about this I think Hindi comedian that comes up to you and says, you know, you should not do it in English, and you should, if you want a bigger reach, you want to do it in thing. And then the punchline lands, and I'm not going to give away the punchline.
No, you can. He lives in a Range Rover.
Okay, he lives in a Range Rover. So it's like the thing. Is that when somebody gives you that kind of advice, how do you process it? Because part of what he says is true.
Yeah, sure.
It's not like he's giving you bullshit and
No,
walking away.
yeah,
Like there is a part of it that says Veer Das could become a much bigger phenomenon if he catered to what the industry calls the B and C center audiences, right? What do you say when something?
I'd say that I'm going to cater to the B and C audiences, but it won't be through stand-up comedy. It may be through the film that I make.
Okay.
It may be through something else that I do, right?
So that's compartmentalization.
Yeah, that's compartmentalization, but also stand-up has to be in the language that you think. And it has to be in the language that you're most comfortable in. That's when it'll be best. Also, why can I not be global? Do you know what I mean?
I'm not questioning this at all. Yeah,
I'm saying it out loud also.
Yeah.
I'm saying, why not, man? You know what I'm saying? If I'm hosting the Emmys, why should they not learn about Bazigar? I brought up Bazigar at the Emmys. Why the hell not, man? You know what I'm saying? So, अगर वो देखा जाए, then Bazigar should only belong in India.
Yeah.
Why should we talk about it on stage in New York in front of this international diverse audience? है तो है. I grew up in many different places. My last world tour was 33 countries. You're telling me I'm going to have the privilege of seeing the entire world and not learn from it? And not want to be more global? And not have that invoke something in me? Think about it. Who gets to say that? I've seen the whole world. Very few people can say that and with a straight face and have it be true. I saw close to 33 countries last year. And I'm saying I got to walk around and I got to meet people and I wasn't shut up on some film set in some vanity van. I got to feel, experience, eat, meet 33 countries last year. We're global, you know. Now, yes, I will never have as many YouTube views and I will never make as much money as a mainstream Hindi star. But at some level, sure, I'll have fish soup in Norway, in very normal shoes and normal jeans, and the next week I'll be in Australia, and that dude might be in the best shoes and the best jeans, but locked in a vanity van for 3 months.
But does travel get exhausting?
My wife is really great about the travel, so she'll pick the good places in the world, and she'll be like, "Come, let's go." It does for sure. It plays on your mind
Because you've also got to battle the mental exhaustion of going something with the fact that your job requires you to be mentally on all the time. Like how do you
good days and bad days, you know what I mean? We're like vampires, comedians, you know. You're in a hotel room all day long, you're gym gaye, thoda sa khana khaya, fir se so gaye, then at 10 o'clock at night we're up, right? And we go to work. It's a weird job, but like to give you an example, let's say I'm in Arlington, Texas. Chalo, ठीक है? Now at some point you're sitting there going, the money I'm making in Arlington, Texas tonight, I could make that in Mumbai if I did. In 5 minutes we'd sell out the show, etc., etc., etc. Why am I here? You're feeling bad, you're in a random hotel, etc. You'll go through that the whole day. At 10 o'clock at night, you will meet 1,000 people, right? And you will see 1 or 2 people who have come alone. And then they'll write you a message or meet you after the show and say, I have not been in a room full of this many Indians, and I work in Deloitte, and I work very, very hard, and I miss home every single day. And for about 1 hour today, you took me back home. And that's worth it, yeah. That's it. That's worth your whole day. Just that much, you know.
I'm an introverted person.
Yeah.
But when I'm on a stage, doing an interview or doing a talk or something like that, I'm completely okay with the fact that I'm doing this and there's all these people. But the minute I step down and they surround me, there's some...
You have stage feet. It's called stage feet.
What is it? Yeah.
Is your feet are meant to be on wooden floorboards. You and me have the same thing.
That's a term.
That's a term. You have stage feet. The day I was put on in a school play, I was a tree in the background. I was like, oh, ghar. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. So you have stage feet. And I said, that's where you're meant to be. By the way, I completely agree with you. The safest place is on stage.
Yeah.
It's not off stage. Off stage is where the people are.
It's terrifying because the minute they start, you know, like you know, thing, and it's like there's a bit of a, you know, I don't know. I'm very grateful that to whatever little extent that I have people that like my work and whatever it is, but it's still it's still, and sometimes I extrapolate and wonder what it must be like somebody for you or like a major film star or something like that. And,
Film stars don't have stage feet, sir, at all.
Yeah?
Film stars, watch them sometimes at a India Today conclave or this thing. They're viscerally terrified.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
look out for it.
it's not easy doing what you do or doing what I do to be on a stage. It's not easy at all. I've seen, I mean, Shah Rukh has stage feet. Shah Rukh just, is. Shah Rukh has world feet. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
earth feet. But I've seen a lot of film stars where they sometimes I'll be hosting an award show or something like that, and they get up and they're very sweet and they're very charming, but there's a little trepidation that they don't have on a film set. It's not easy. Stage lays you bare. It really does.
There's one line that really resonated with me among many things. I keep bringing up these things, but comedians say words, the audience tells you the truth. Talk to me about that.
Do you think it's true? I do too. That's my perspective on stand-up.
Yeah. Why I wanted to talk about that is because I think in the guise of comedy, there is truth that comes out as well from you. You are throwing truth bombs at the audience.
I don't think of them as truth bombs. By the way, anybody who to call the truth a bomb is to severely trivialize a bomb and the truth. By the way, just to
Right, but what I'm saying is you're making them see things a certain way, and maybe not you, but some of the best comedians I've seen, their specialty is to kind of lay bare the hypocrisies of the audience, right? You've seen that as well.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by truth bomb sometimes. So it's like, because we laugh, but we also feel uncomfortable and we say, shit, man, that's me, but I'm also laughing at this joke. But tell me about that. It's like comedians tell words, the audience tells you the truth.
It's true.
The audience tells you the truth as in, are you talking about their response to your show?
The response. When you sit and watch a stand-up comedy special, whether you're watching it on Netflix or whether you're in the room, what is laughter? Laughter is a surprise.
Right.
It is a trick. It's a magic trick. It's the same surprise as a sneeze. It's the same surprise as a cough. It can't be manufactured. You can't make yourself sneeze, right? The minute you're sitting there, something has made you laugh. You've suddenly realized, oh shit, I feel what 3,000 people have felt. I didn't feel it because they felt it, and I didn't feel it before they felt it. But we just felt this whole thing together. That is more true than anything the comedian has said on this thing. Because he could have said the stupidest thing in the world. Now, let's say I said something that I'm completely comfortable with, but the audience goes, ooh. You've heard that response many times in a comedian's video. That means that the audacity of that statement being said out loud makes the audience uncomfortable. So the truth is not the statement. The truth is the discomfort in the room. That's the true fact to take away from that. And perhaps you only see that if you stand on stage. That's what I get to look at. You see people, like sometimes comedy is something called a bait and switch, right? Which is, at some point there's a long monologue in my show, which cuts to a montage, and then at the end of it is a switch where I'm like, please go arrest the audience, right? It's a long bait and switch. Now, if you're in my audience at that time, if you're standing on stage, what you're seeing the audience go is this, just, and they're looking around like that. That's the truth. That's why people watch stand-up. It's not the comedian. You're just listening to responses.
When you put together a special, how much filmmaking is involved?
There's a very personal thing for me to answer, but it's one of the reasons I was very keen to talk to you as well. I think a lot. Consider my special. Mumbai is 14 cameras. It is production designed. It is graded. My DP has rented over 1,900 lights for that scene. I've lensed it. I've shot certain portions anamorphic. I've shot on 4 Sony Venices, 2 of them on trolleys. I have FX3s across the room. I've designed every single shot. I've storyboarded every single shot of that.
Including the darkness.
Including the darkness. Now, that has come with camera tests and rehearsals and all of that stuff. Let's go to London. London is a 6-camera setup. The same Mumbai DP and sound designer have traveled to London, like you would in a film set as well. Found a local crew and done that with 6 cameras. London is production design different, has a different color palette, has a different color theme and different topics like you would in a scene in a movie. And the same thing for New York. Then I've gone in with 3 hours plus 3 hours plus 3 hours. So about 12 hours of footage, and I've edited it down to 1 hour. Then I've graded it, I've sound mixed it, I've softened every single light that you can see. There is a central light which is supposed to establish cinematic continuity. I've worked with that bulb, I've VFX'd it, I've sound designed it, I've added music, and then I've added credits. What is that if it's not filmmaking?
It is, and
I told you a story in the meantime.
Orson Welles said that the thing that separates cinema from every other medium is the fact that it's edited, which means that you're jumping across time. That's what you're doing in this as well. Where the edit points in this special written, as in, like, did you know? I'm not talking about the actual editing, as in the micro editing, but the broad way the thing switches from here to there, there to there. Is that something you found when you were performing, or is that something that you scripted earlier and therefore?
I shot Mumbai, and then I wrote on the flight, and I found edit points for London. Then I shot London, and I wrote on the flight, and I found edit points for New York. So I knew where I was going to cut.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I say I do a joke about Nazar, and I introduce the word Nazar in New York, so you get just the word Nazar, and then it cuts immediately to Mumbai, where I'm like, Nazar is a very powerful force, and in India we call Nazar, and I say family. And then I say, speaking of family, it is so good to be in what's up Mumbai, what's up London, what's up New York, family, 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 shot of lights coming up, shot of lights. So that edit I have written down.
You have written it down?
I've written it down.
Okay.
So it's very much filmmaking. I'm disappointed. Finally, there is a Golden Globes category for stand-up comedy, for
Right.
stand-up specials,
So
etc.
why haven't you directed?
Why when I directed a movie? I just did.
No, but like earlier.
I don't know. You know, the first time I directed, I felt that. I was like, I never realized what a small part of a movie an actor is. Really, that small part of the movie. You know, in stand-up, what I used to love is you get to infect it top to bottom with the madness you see in your mind. Only a director gets to do that on a film.
Right.
So I just directed a feature film, co-directed a feature film. I'm co-directing a horror movie next. I just directed a series, show running another series as well. And it is the closest thing to stand-up comedy that I've found.
Yeah.
It feels the same. Just where my big problem as an actor was, I was like, "Yeah, I have to wait for 10 hours. You know what I mean? I could be seeing the world right now. You know, instead of sitting and talking about protein shakes with this guy, right? But as a director, your mind is always functioning. So
Yeah. Film is a director's medium.
really is.
Stage is the actor's medium. So.
yeah, and I think series are a producer's medium.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's
yeah.
this thing.
Make the noise that you want to be remembered for.
You like that line?
I love that line.
I like that line too.
It really resonated with me because, you know, over the years, a lot of transformative stuff has happened, and, you know, like, you learn from all the
Yeah.
mistakes that you made, and, you know, you want to be this person. And so I really like that line because it says to reduce it, it's like be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. So what does that line mean to you?
So, sir, the context of that line is I'd been silent for 6 weeks. We have very deliberately cut to darkness, right? And then it comes to me, and there's just a single light on my face, and I say, make the noise you want to be remembered for. And it stays on my face because I don't know what's going to happen next because I've never tried it before.
That's the first time.
That's the first time it's ever been done. Because I had only written it. I didn't get to rehearse it anywhere. So I was confused and the audience was confused. And there's 1-2 seconds of silence. And then suddenly the stadium starts to shake, you know, and started to shake, you know, and I didn't expect that. You know, I thought people would scream India. I thought people would, you know, something like that would happen. But what happened was much more just visceral. It's very, I did not expect that at all. So I cut away from it. The minute it began, I cut away from it because if you see my expression during that stadium shaking, it's bordering on fear, and bordering on just what is going on, in this darkness.
Do you ever cry?
Yeah.
Have you cried on stage?
Yeah. No, on stage, no. If you come for my show, I'm not crying.
I thought this moment was a super emotional one because in a second I'm seeing a stand-up comedian transform into a motivational speaker.
I mean, that's not a compliment in my business. You know
It
what I
is
mean?
not. It is not. But you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, because there are sometimes, if the same thing was told to me by a guy I go to because I'm sad or something like that, then I'm like, okay, I know this such a line is going to come from this person. But I'm coming to your show to laugh.
Yeah.
And in the middle of all the laughter, you're telling me something incredibly true, that I should make the noise that I wish, that I want to be remembered for. And that's striking me with the force that I think I would find with a therapist.
The thing with that line is it was such a tough line to write because it's so easy to say make some noise for India, right? The line before that is very important. They can't see you, but they can hear you.
Hear you, yeah.
The people above you who ignore you and the people below you who you ignore.
Yeah.
They can hear you. So make the noise you want to be remembered for. So in no way am I telling you what to say. I can't.
Yeah.
That's the intention with which the line was written. I was like, I want to create this moment where we all come together. I just don't want to lead the audience. That would be disingenuous. But sometimes, sir, in a live show, some shit just happens that, that
Wrong
was,
pe khade ho
yeah,
jate hain.
that was that.
Yeah,
I was in that. Everybody, we got out of that, we cut, final shot, etc., and everybody just came into the video village and they were like, my God, the stadium shook. And it did. I wish you could be there in that room when that happened. It was insane.
I'm glad I got to experience that secondhand.
Yeah.
But, in this short conversation, you casually tossed around pejorative, disingenuous. I think you do belong in the world of English language comedy in India. But seriously, Veer, thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. And
I respect what you do so much. I really want to say this for your listeners. Because of how I think specials are filmmaking, it was very important to me to come talk with you. I really wanted to reach out to you because of how well you understand filmmaking and filmmakers. So for me, it was a very big opportunity to come here, and I thank you for it.
thank you so much, and all the best for the show.
Right, lovely.
Juicy, spark the happiness, quench your thirst naturally.
Aathi, India's #1 trusted gold buyers. We release pledged gold instant cash payment.